Hi everyone.
So, this video is about healing.
Here we sit on our former front porch. We are coming back and forth to the house on a daily basis to get anything that may have survived. So, picking through things. If you can see over here, I'm blocking up the candle. If you look, it's all burnt in there. Fun times. So we don't stay here, but we got to come back and clean some things out, and it's taken a little bit because while I've been in physical healing, right? Physical healing from a burn is way worse than I anticipated. When I was there, when I was here in the yard, and the house was on fire, I looked down at my hands, but I feel like I was in shock, right? And I was like, oh, this ain't that bad, right? And then the ambulance comes and they whisk me off, and it was much worse. And when I am up to doing a video on the ketamine, whatever it was,
I wasn't with you, and I would have never let them.
Was
do that,
horrible.
But I let them with you.
It
But
was one of the worst things.
We don't know that that's what they give to people who've been in a fire like that.
And it is, and that's what they explained.
Because they wanted to kind of get your mind out of the mindset
Well,
of where
it
you
went
were.
other places, let me tell you. So anyway, that's part of
different stroke level. I think
it's all part of the healing process, right?
Yeah.
And we go through things, and I'm not in a defensive stand. I just want everybody to know that I'm supposed to keep my hand above my heart. But I went through the past few weeks. I went through a lot of, I guess, emotional trauma where I hadn't before. With the transplant, I was talking to Lee earlier. With the transplant, I believe that I used the pain when I was getting my tattoos. After my transplant, I sort of did tattoo therapy, right? Now when I look at my tattoos, they have a whole different meaning. The burning snowman and the flames here. So look, I'm healing, right? I'm definitely healing. I don't even have to have this bandage, but there's a lot of new skin. And on this one's a little bit more. I feel better today. I feel good today. My hair will grow back. I'm not stressed over any of that, any of the material things that we have to come in here and pick through. That's not even a worry for us at all. The main focus here is healing, and in every way, shape, or form. To go into healing and stay into healing on a lot of things. It's a difficult journey sometimes for some people, and it seems like for me, I can bounce back pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And using that backbone, like Chris Daughtry talks about in that song. You know what I mean? We all fall in hard times, right? And the hard times can keep us all the way down. Right. We could be woe is me and just laying in a homeless shelter somewhere, and that's not the case, right? No. As Brandon Hardesty, Bumpin' Uglies would say, I may not always have a bed, but I'll always have a floor. Right. Right. That definitely
that's kind of the
definitely
truth.
Rings true.
Yeah.
We're healing. We're healing each other. We're healing ourselves. We're healing our family. Tomorrow, our family's back together again. God, I miss Kameron. My family will be back together tomorrow with our dogs and my son in a temporary place. I'm so excited. Can you tell? In a temporary place, a home, a temporary house. Until we are ready and able to move into our new home, which we've been so graciously led down the path to, right?
Yeah.
It's all part of healing, right? having it's hard to explain. Having adversity, right? With some things, right? There are a handful of people, and when I say a handful, I mean 5, 6, maybe, little cronies. But the adversity doesn't bother me at all anymore because I stand up from it. I rise from it. I always rise from it because it's not done in the dark. Things that Lee and I do are for the right reasons, always for the right reasons. And I don't care with everything going on around us and P. Diddy and T.D. Jakes and all the Illuminatis and the freaking, all the controversy and the aliens and all the mess that's going on around us. If we are the last one standing telling the truth, we're going to be the last one standing telling the truth.
One of the hardest parts to healing is that physical feeling, the pain itself. See, when we were coming together, we didn't realize that pain was there on purpose. We knew that whatever we would go through, or what we would do to each other, it's almost like we knew each other's pain. And I think the thing that was probably bothering us the most is we didn't know how to stay together through that kind of pain until we did.
Right.
So our healing that has strengthened our connection came from the source of pain, the very thing everybody's running from, the very thing everybody's telling you not to run towards, everybody's telling you to do the opposite to. That's not what this channel's about, and this is not what this channel stands for. What this channel stands for is connection. See, we're not talking about the way you feel. All of the thoughts that keep telling you that you've got this right, you got to have that wrong, and you not enough, and you're not this. See, that's what we're talking about. That's what we heal, because our connection is very powerful in that way. We've figured that part out. But even more than that, we've figured out that it's possible to be loved through your pain, and that's called healing. If you really look at it, it just requires the truth. And see, when people love you, they'll want to come and get that truth. When they don't love you, they'll spread whatever fucking lies they choose to spread. So when you just let that go, you realize that there's a greater experience happening. A greater experience. We all have heartbeats and we can change our lives at any moment. But the beautiful thing about this connection, what if you get to do that with somebody you can be with day and night and never miss a beat and never stop falling in love? You're allowed to fall in love with the pain. If you don't fall in love with the pain, then what are you doing?
Yeah, and you see things a little bit differently. Exactly.
You get to change your thought patterns.
Very much like the transplant that changed my perspective. This is changing it in another way, yet another. I'll make it real simple.
Forms of pain, right?
I'll make it a real simple analogy for you, right? Behind us. Now listen to that. Behind us. I mean physically right now, but use it in a spiritual manner, please. Physically behind us, behind this window here, is devastation. It's black. It's destroyed. It's a mess.
But there was a whole lot of love and connection in this house.
But listen.
We got us out.
Listen out here. Right out here. Right on the other side of this wall. I hear the wind chimes. Hear the birdies.
Is that Grandpa's?
Hear the birdies. Yeah, it's Grandpa's wind chime. Cameron's Grandpa's wind chime.
We'll show it to you.
No, they can see it.
From the glare. Oh,
so yeah, the glare on the door. We're sitting on our front porch as if what's behind the door is a regular, normal home. And it is. Inside that home was peace and love and healing. This is where I healed from my transplant. And I've planted a rose bush over here on the side and one over here. So hopefully, they stay, and if not, that's okay. But
Remember those big giant sunflowers you did?
oh yeah, yeah.
She took my grandson and her planted sunflowers along the side of the house, and it was so beautiful because they would come and they would check it every week, and you guys would make a big thing of it. But when those things got really big, and I mean, they got the biggest sunflowers.
They did.
And I was like, I think we got pictures of it somewhere in our phone. But
there's just so many memories here.
Yeah.
Even though this was a transition house, we moved here to transition me into the other world. We moved here to transition me because I was in hospice care, and now the universe is transitioning us again, and I'm grateful.
But we really don't have any concept of how it's going to happen. I'm working minimally. I need the work.
Yeah.
And I'm really good at what I do. But we're going to do other things if this doesn't work. And we feel like this is so needed because where else are you going to find it?
We're not going to go anywhere.
Oh.
We're not going to go anywhere.
No, we're not going anywhere. But it's not going to be as much. And
right
now I got to figure out how I'm going to get us from here to here. Because
I don't even think we worry about it as much as we probably
should. But it's so interesting because we have connection to family.
Yeah.
That we've built and we've strengthened and we've truthed about. So what's happening is that truth is healing us at the same time. We got to let go of this residual pain that really isn't ours to fix anymore. It's really not.
I gotta tell you though, like, right.
We're here for connection. Right. If you want to be connected, you'll come forward.
This is where you come.
You'll stay disconnected, you'll stay away. That's how it works.
Here's the thing. Tragedy after tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. And I'm talking if you've been watching our journey from the beginning, and if you haven't, our journey's right here on YouTube in a playlist called Our Journey, and it starts from the beginning, from where we met. So here we are overcoming. I'm here to tell you that not even half of what we've overcome would most people make it through. There's the connection is what
the pain in this connection is keeping us together, and it's always going to keep us together. I mean, what if that's the key to infinite connection is your pain, and you just merge it? But you're not really paying attention to that. You're in your head telling yourself what they won't accept about you. That's the furthest point. There is a point back, but
they want you to stay in your head.
It requires your pain.
They want you to stay in your head. They want you to stay in your head. They want you to stay in your head.
To think things away.
Everybody wants you to stay in your head. The haters, they want you to stay in your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The naysayers, they want you to stay in your head.
Well,
the corporate world, they want you to stay in your head. I don't want to be in my head. I want to live through my soul. That's what I do. That's how I survive. And
the soul is feeling.
And when I see comments, oh, that's just Sherry. I thought Sherry was done doing Sherry things. Well, what's a Sherry thing? And anyway, who cares?
I can't prove somebody doesn't know you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And you don't know me, clearly. No. If you knew me, you would know better.
They know your persecution. They know how to crucify. They know how to make you responsible for whatever hell they can create. Or they can unite in that hell, and then they think that this is a witching. And here's the thing about that. If you live in that kind of energy, good luck for the rest of your life. Because once something does happen and she's gone, you're going to look for somebody else to do that to, or somebody's going to be doing it to you.
Actually, just keep doing it to me. I would rather them all keep doing it to me.
Well,
you know what I mean? That'd be great.
That's not called healing.
That'd be great. That way you leave other people alone.
If we're focused on it, that's just not healing.
Right.
Right?
But it just, I don't know. We have so many amazing people in our lives. We've lived here
all of you that watch
for 3 years, right?
All of you that are here watching.
We didn't know these people that lived around here. We knew our neighbor a little bit, not very much, but I'm telling you, they knew me.
They knew you. They knew about your transplant. Everybody on the street's been rooting for you. I think the landlord told them all that.
I don't know.
I swear to God, they kept an eye on this place.
The day of the fire, they had the roads closed off, and I don't even remember any of this because I was in some type of shock, but they had the road closed off in both directions. So when my brother-in-law came in, he just came in and parked in the middle of the street, and so did my stepson. And the street was just lined with fire trucks and ambulances, and it was, we did it right. We did it. We brought it, right? We brought the action that day. And so people were just coming out of their homes and taking care of our pets and bringing us something to drink, and just coming together as a community. And isn't that what healing really?
You can't heal without connection.
You can't heal with all that.
You can't
without
heal
all
without
that.
connection.
Yeah.
So we're cool with that, but we don't need our names in your mouth. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's
Stop
like,
watching.
Right.
Stop watching.
If you're that upset, just
Stop
go.
watching.
Go live your life. You have things to do. We're not saying anything back. We're just telling you it's really a waste of time for you in your life. Just go be happy. We're gonna heal and we're gonna be happy.
Yep.
That's what we're here to do. That's why this channel was created. But it was also created because connection of this magnitude and this strength is very hard. And if you're not ready to heal because you don't realize you need your pain, then you've stumbled into the right place. That's why all of this was created. It was created for our pain to unite, for connection to unite. You cannot heal or have this connection without your pain. That is the ultimate truth.
It's the connection that's getting us here. It's connection that's keeping us here.
And it's connection that you guys were here with us in.
It's connection that behind these walls, when we walk into that home, that in the beginning we felt the devastation and the magnitude of the fire that happened here.
It didn't smell like pancakes anymore.
It doesn't smell like waffles anymore.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
But now when I go in there, I don't feel that as much. I mean, I obviously do, but I know that on the outside of these walls, on this porch, on the back porch even, in the front yard, until we get everything out of here and we're gone, that there's still life. There's still life here. There's still trees and grass and life. And I prefer to be on this side of the wall, right? And just like in your healing, everyday healing, sometimes you have to go back in the fire and pull out remnants so you can look at them and put them into healing. And that's exactly what we do in Root Camp and in the programs that we offer. Is we take you back into the fire. We take you back into the fire with safety gear on.
Well,
with safety gear.
But the thing is our connection to your pain will bring you to a level of your pain being connected to. That's what's important. In every connection, you need your pain. Don't get it wrong. And what's been false about it is that you believe you need your pain, and then there's been connections where you've had no pain. Thing about those connections is you're not paying attention to your pain. So if that's what you guys want to do, that's what we're about.
Listen to the sounds. I mean, there's a weed eater going down the street.
I miss the running water.
I hear the
We're gonna
birdies.
have running water when we move.
Running water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll have plumbing and running water. But I know what you meant
But
by
you
a
know
fountain.
Yeah, I want fountains.
He loves
again.
these little fountains. He loves these little
The indoor fountains
decorative
are amazing.
indoor fountains.
They
He loves
definitely
them.
help. Well, they balance the energy in the house. It really kind of, it's really
I
done.
think the fountains upstairs are okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. That most of the other ones really got destroyed. But
Yeah. So we're not like we will have to come and do sort of a big move, but we're waiting for some things to happen and to transpire to see what's going to happen. But there's
anything helps, guys.
Yeah.
Donation wise, if you
Yeah.
just want to even send 1111,
I think we're
if you
just
want to send 444, if you want to send, we're free to anything
I just
because
think-
it's just going to help us pay some of the bills that were incurred and some of the bills that were already due.
yeah.
So that part I'm trying not to focus on. I'm
Yeah.
focused on the healing aspect of it. But the more that's, I guess it just kind of reached a point where it's like, did we do all this, and how do we know? How do we know that this
I
really
think
made
we're
an
starting
impact?
to know. I don't know. I just feel that we're.
I don't think we know what kind of impact we've had on lives doing this after all this
Yeah.
time. I mean, we see your messages and get your emails, and we see some things, but there's just that you could tell that there's more happening all the time. So anything you guys want to help us with, we're open to.
I've been asked
But
to make
it's a
a.
connection. It's an energy exchange. We don't like things that aren't energy exchange.
Yeah. So we don't want. So, I I've had a couple requests to make to make an Amazon wish list with some things that we lost, and I'll do that tonight. I'll do that tonight, and we'll put it out. We'll put it under here. We did lose some household items and some personal things, and like I said, when something like this happens, though, those things kind of fall by the wayside and they don't.
It's
but
just
then,
the roof over the head.
Then it
and the
just
little,
comes
the
up a little
move
bit
and
at a
figuring
time.
out-
Yeah.
Figure out. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we've always given more than we received. So it's kind of like maybe that bit us in the butt, but I think we're changing that energy now.
Yeah.
There's something that matches the energy of the energy exchange.
Yeah.
Because this is connection, and you need some really deep pain experts for that. And guess what? As you can see,
We're real good at paying.
we're like the what is it, Mr. Bill and
Mr. Bill,
you know,
Mr. and
no,
Mrs.
I
Bill.
would have to be Mr. Rogers to your Mr. Bill. That's why something is always happening to Sherry.
Right.
But it's we're healing.
We
We
are.
are. So know that our connection is just as strong as ever,
Yeah.
and that we're back. But even if it means we can only do it from street level or outside of home, but
And our tragedy
we're here.
is back there.
Yeah.
Our tragedy is back behind us. Right on the other side of that window is our tragedy. But we're on this side of it. This side of it.
That's why we started in the back, and now we're
This
here.
side of it. Yes.
That's not how it's said, is it? I don't
Started
know.
from the
Started from the bottom, but
Bye,
we're-
guys.
yeah.